they are going to freeze, and they will hold to see if FlyQuest go and look for information, but it's the same setup for FlyQuest. Nobody saw much of anything in that previous iteration of this pistol, but now GR pull the pin on that execute. They can barrel in, and these defensive angles here from FlyQuest going to be smoked off immediately, but the quick assembly of the boost could catch them.
I think Seven Nation might have actually swatted them out, but it won't matter. Through the smoke, Alistair's found one. And while Dexter is hunting from up top of the totem pole, he's not going to be giving up any duels for free. Mediocrity now shows himself off, and he'll regret doing so. This retake already going swimmingly. Smoke off out towards Cave. Running is going to be waiting for those flashes to come over. He needs to show up, get a big moment out. It's a first kill. It's a tag on another. He's moving through the smoke, coming in from behind, but Dexter will shut him down. Only Weck remains inside the cave, and he's trying to push through, trying to threaten with position revealed. FlyQuest unbothered.
Oh, yeah, I mean, that could have still been a little dangerous, but yeah, with Dexter sticking that defuse, both sides of the smoke being covered there by the dualies, and things are a little awkward now here for GR. By the time this execute comes out, there can be no faltering with that bomb.
Smoke is down. Dexter's going to be the one called upon. Flashbang to help him out, but they're not blind at all. Seven Nation and Run and get the crucial entries. Vexite traded away as well, and they will be able to get the bomb down comfortably so. 4 alive as well. Could be all 4 to end the round if Liaz goes down, and as he's being sandwiched from either side, Seven Nation will do just that. GR's slow approach comes with risks, but it also comes with a payoff. And with FlyQuest stacking 3 players on this B-bomb side, it feels like they've got the right idea. Incendiary as well, ready for Dexter, just checking to make sure this is going to be a very hard scale for GR.
I mean, they've got full access to the site. They just have to make sure that they don't get spammed or Molotov out by Dexter, who's holding that for the potential of plant, and they have flushed out these players inside of Cave. The molly, the spam, it looks like it's pretty on point, but that bomb does go down in time, and with that contingency plan there available for FlyQuest falling by the wayside, GR have gotten away with another round, and it's about saving these weapons now here. Liaz trying to get a couple on the exit, but Alistair is all that remains with that AWP, and he's likely to get run down by Running up close and personal. Alistair, nice quick shooting. May have actually bought himself enough space to hold on to this AWP.
You'd think so, but with the flash, oh my goodness, Alistair has to be careful over here. They're going to try and hunt him down, but he's not missing a shot. Still being chased up after Seven Nation, feeling a little bit worried about his own life, and for good reason. That ancient bomb radius is ever scary, even in CT spawn. Heat is heat, man. Yeah, and he can bring it.
There's definitely merit to not giving your opponents fights when they're already struggling to win some in normal circumstances.
Well, that time it wasn't normal circumstances, and he doesn't win the fight. So, you know, maybe it's not always going to work out. Still, Vexite causing some chaos inside the site itself. Wecht is also pushing forward. Single kill found. Inns not wanting to flirt with danger too much, so that's what Vexite's job is. He's put on his best dress. He's made his way to the ballroom floor. But he can't find anyone to dance with, Michael.
Yeah, I mean, they're not going to give him fights. I know they've got an AWP and an AK to play off of. I'm surprised FlyQuest are going for this because, I mean, they just don't have the time. They don't have a kit, and it will not pan out. Vexite gets that smoke on the bomb, but, I mean, this is a good damage round considering they come in with very little, just that carried over Alistair AWP, and they'll be able to carry that over into the following investment as well. But definitely played to their advantage versus the light investment there from FlyQuest. Fight for mid is hectic here for GR and FlyQuest, but Liaz and Inns will double up, and Vexite has found 2 himself out from Cheetah. Not a great deal of success from GR after FlyQuest get their hands back on rifles.
Can you really blame GR for that one? I mean, they're fully blinded out FlyQuest, as Dexter will find the last one as well. Liaz and Inns are both getting kills while flashed. Inns is even bumping into his teammates, which should just mean they're both going to be dead by the time the swing comes out for the T side, even if they got the first kill, and it all doesn't matter.
Wonder whether they'll try and go for the same thing again. Yeah, just fast play out mid here from GR, and this time flash effective. Inns doesn't get anything for his trouble. Didn't have a player standing shoulder to shoulder with him on that mid control.
I'm surprised Mediocrity doesn't try to deploy the Molotov and just flush out Vexite. Now they do. He's being pushed forward, and inside the smoke he will fall. Vexite, nowhere to go, nowhere to hide.
Yeah, just funneled into a death trap.
And look, this is the GR we were hoping to see yesterday, right? Making these small little plays, making sure that they're, you know, even in their passivity where they might not be breaking into a bomb site, they're forcing FlyQuest to contest in these slower rounds that FlyQuest wants to play as well.
It's also the round gone by was a little atypical there for FlyQuest to double swing mid and be so aggressive on Vexite all the same. And after that great deal of success, GR just, you know, call for something very similar. You know, a couple small adaptations to how they approach the map, and after they take mid, they target Vexite. You know, you're right, they're approaching in sections or in segments. Even with the kill over on the A side of things, getting a kill in the extremity, Mediocrity will just slow creep this, and yeah, Dexter, none the wiser, had to be concerned about the approach from Cave as well, and Liaz will just get decimated on his rotate to long.
There's always that question about, hey, if Mediocrity and Salamux get keyed into a game, they get very read-heavy plays. And right now, out in the middle, Salo's got the first. Liaz will trade, but is he ready for Seven Nation to start coming forward as well? Vexite forces Mediocrity away for now, but re-smoking it off does mean that potentially there could be a crossover to help his player out in middle. Spam exchange, no damage with it from either player.
I feel like we're playing a bit of rock, paper, scissors in mid. You know, the amount of numbers and the amount of resources you expend in that direction has varied from round to round for both these squads, and the one that's investing more resources is often coming out on top.
They don't have a flashbang to come through these smokes, so the bomb should be relatively comfortable as long as it's planted in a safe position, but can't be comfortable if you're whacked. He's being tagged down. Dexter's got a nade popping behind him, but with his position known, they're looking to take fights. It's a wrong call. Dexter wins it outright, but Alistair's miss gives Mediocrity a chance in this 1 versus 3. Turn to 2. Flash forward. Too far forward, and Liaz will punish.
Yeah, I mean, if that flash had landed on the mark, there was maybe a way, but I think it gave him a little too much sort of false confidence. Next 30, 40 seconds, we're going to probably do something along the lines of information gathering or trying to fight for important territory towards a bomb site.
Oh, God,
Wow.
that doesn't feel good at all.
Can't put that one on the clock.
Yeah, FlyQuest, of course, were kind of masters of the smoke kills yesterday as well. It gave them quite a few opportunities into rounds. GR right now have also neglected Liaz. Liaz is waiting out in A main, but at the same time, does he know how far forward run-in has come? It really is a game of finding out whose trigger discipline is going to pay off more, and it might be running. Go on! Got to! Opens up Donut, but again, you cannot be afraid enough of what Liaz can offer here. Coming back over to the side, he can get a free kill, and then you've got Mediocrity too far away. It should be just that. Liaz, good for one, but Seven Nation allowed to reposition, and Mediocrity will be allowed to pair up with him one more time.
Problem is they don't have smokes. And the fact they have access to Donut as well as this potential lurk here for Mediocrity, things could get weird very quickly here for FlyQuest, especially with them not sticking. They tap that first time over. Seven Nation does not swing, and the fact that they have held that defuse will come to reap rewards. It's Vexite that covers the defuse.
I can't believe that they get away with that, whatever. They really felt like Mediocrity would be making the right play, especially when they missed the defuse initially and they had to double tap it. I thought that might be actually the difference maker. But instead, Seven Nation not able to spam through Vexite. Vexite continues to perform. He's here to deliver, and honestly, he's just been a standout player for FlyQuest in the few maps that we've seen from him in this RMR. In's gone, Liaz trades, and that's been a consistent team. And so has Vexite's aggression. This time misses the mark. Felt like a freebie, but he bit off more than he could chew, and with Seven Nation getting one more, maybe he'll end up regretting it.
Confirmed damage on Seven Nation, though, at the very least. Some very important double kills for both Liaz and Dexter, but this round is still very much attainable here for Seven Nation if he's quick on the trigger, but Alistair, like I said, confirmation on the damage done, so USP drawn to finish off that frag. GR spacing is off, or they're not quite quick to collect on those quick headshots. And now in this last round of the half, they find themselves on techs and SMGs.
They've chosen the right site, though.
Yeah.
It's only Alistair, and he's got an AWP. The worst weapon to deal with this in the first miss is going to be critical. Flashbang follow-up, flying Mac 10. Smokes down everywhere. Liaz in Temple. Molotov behind. Smoke ahead of him. This utility is perfect. The site is taken. The op recovered. And now Liaz afraid, and for good reason. There's two players who've got half a mind to run him down through the smoke. They've decided against it. There's backup inside Temple as well. Maybe that's what they're worried about, but Donut will be neglectable. Salo Mux to find no context. What's Wecht up to? He's playing back in from A main. First kill out for Liaz, and Wecht still zoned in onto Ames, but it's mediocrity to take that duel. Ames is winning it outright, and Temple's push forward will give them the site. Only Salo to try and defend, and his defense just isn't enough. FlyQuest threatened the A site finish, but they don't commit to it, which means GR Gaming can start rotating over, and as they do so, it will be Dexter isolated. Wins one, is taken out soon after. That's more than what he needed to do. We'll be able to spot out the multiple players coming his way through middle as well. That will call for more reinforcements for Donut from FlyQuest. And as Salomux and Seven Nation hope to sandwich in, it really does come down to what mediocrity can find in the meanwhile. Seven Nation, though, still will be taking first contact. This line of CTs who've got the smokes, the flashes, want to commit. Smoke out towards A main. There's no one there. Maybe they can feel more comfortable about swinging because of this. Seven Nation waits. Flash outwards. They're all blind, but they're allowed to recover. And as Salomux finds one, Seven Nation taken down. FlyQuest in the flurry of frags will take the 8th. And that's exactly what GR will have to do. Grind it out. Maybe that's what the GR stands for. Dexter out and about into middle, into smokes he goes. Man might be trying to be a criminal, but it's Liaz who is doing the crime. Wecht puts him down. Salo as well, getting some trades up before fading back into the donut smoke. He'll be blocked off from contending more by a Molotov. At least that's what Alistair hoped. That Molotov extinguished instead. 3 versus 2. GR look to retake, reinforcing out in CT, but that CT initial defense has already been taken down. Remember, they don't have kits on GR's side, so they need to accelerate forward. Salomux is doing exactly that. Another kill for him. 3 in the round, but it might still be for naught. Vexite covering off with a Molotov will be able to buy enough time to fade back and wait. And as Mediocrity closes the distance, he can't close the gap. He's inside his own Molotov. Mediocrity takes him down, but they won't have the time. FlyQuest collect on double digits.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that is far from comfortable. I mean, the kill from spawn, key that Alistair did win that one fight, and he did. Even though GR made up exceptional cold. You know, they had 2 on A, 1 running from Donut as well, when FlyQuest wanted to go for a quick A piece. Good calls can only get you half of the way there. GR,
oh my
fast
God.
play. They wanted to run down this AWP, but Alistair hitting quick ones this time over. And this B bomb site cracked wide open by the AWP.
Oh, Dex has turned around. Seven Nations got the backstab, but it won't matter because Inns has already found one more. Good calls can only get you halfway there. You're right, Michael, but Alistair's shots can get you all the way there. And he's hit another one of them. 14-8 now. A man who I celebrated yesterday for being 1-1 and not having to do too much has decided it's time for him to step up.
Yeah, I think this is also a map where GR can be a little tricky on. So yeah. I don't blame them for any discomfort in that regard. I think a lot of teams within the region already struggle enough. Even if they might win a series against GR, it's often not very comfortable.
And this game's been anything but comfortable, right? It might be 11-5. The scoreline is all hunky-dory, but let's not forget how many rounds that FlyQuest had to win out on, what, refragging out in middle, be it the lurk out into A, being countered with a lurk where timing has somehow managed to give Liaz some space. This was what we were hoping to see out of FlyQuest yesterday as well.
Yes, yeah. Came in a little sleepy-eyed.
And better late than never. Alistair forced off. GR. They have a dream, but that dream is being shot down. Alistair pushing through a smoke. He's naded open himself. Leaves Salo Mux feeling lonely in middle. Liaz's demise countered out, as it very often has been. FlyQuest have been fantastic at the trade game, but now GR are playing it as well. Salo Mux back in Donut has been a threat many times over, but at the end of the day, there's still so much to deal with, and FlyQuest yet to commit, but a missed shot from Vexside. Salo continues forward. He's got 2, but not more than that. All data ends 1-on-2. A performance from him has been somewhat missing at these past few events, but if he can help them to make it across that finish line, it would be a great start to that lower bracket run. Shuts it down.
Yeah, timing not working out there for Inns. You know, we've yet to see Wex be too active on morphing duties or even on rifling. It's been a more reserved step from GR. Outside of their opening aggressions in mid, Liaz just trying to take a fight by himself, but they're smoked off at B. They can make no other counter action on the other side. Flash through will allow Alistar for a trade, but they're fighting from a deficit. They need more than just the one, and it's Vexside that collects on that, but Alistar's trumped on his B approach.
Call from FlyQuest is fun, but unfortunately GR have countered it out perfectly with one of their own, Mediocrity. Crouch peeking forward is hoping to give Running a chance to be able to swap out aggro. They do. 7th round secured for GR. FlyQuest send out a fake towards the A site, letting Liaz hopefully take a one-on-one versus what they've identified as a bit of a problem. Alistar?
Adjustment. There has to be some cute call that FlyQuest can pull in a moment like this. A knockout punch.
Oh my god, that's going to be a knockout punch potentially. Salamon's finding one more through the smoke. 7nation right behind him. It's a 2-on-2, fast exchanges in middle, ensuring that. But in the meanwhile, Running has pushed forward. He's cleared out B. Alistar with the AWP. Before we were commending him for his early round impact. Now it could be late. Nice flick, as he always does end up having. He's running alone, but will Running be expected this fast out towards A main? But
they
he's got an
just,
AK.
I mean, they'll have to anticipate it. It's quiet everywhere else.
They still haven't cleared out CT or middle. Meanwhile, Running reveals position. He's got a smoke, he's got a kit, but he doesn't know where Vexside's playing in from. Smoking off donuts, the right play over here. Vexside, do you have a grenade? Yes, you do. That means things could be perfect. He's sticking it. He's sticking it. Nate to open up. Vexside doesn't get visibility. Running taken down, and FlyQuest find 13. It's a chaotic fight in middle to ensure it.
Dear Diary, I can't find the words to describe all the pain I suffered while playing CS with boring, grey, colourless skins. But everything changed when I opened my first case on Skin Club. I opened cases for free, then upgraded them, and then got into battles, as well as exclusive events and activities. Looks like I'm in heaven of skins. Of course, 'cause it's Skin Club.
And distinctly in favor of that attacking side, but FlyQuest have aggressions in mind of their own. They try and flash out of A main. 7nation in great position to punish, but Dexter stuck around and has found a trade, so still 4-on-4.
Dexter might be given another opportunity over here. 7nation right around the corner is hidden away. In the meanwhile, middle will be explored very early on. Running, pushing through, hoping to find one more, but Dexter's been the one to do just that. Mediocrity taken away, and Inns finds Running. All that mid-control that you could have theoretically had, it's gone.
See 7nation starting to make his way over with that bomb, but Wex should have communicated that spawn is really the only angle he has to worry about. It's just about hazarding the cross. Wex inside a temple now detected, and Inns is unable to stop the progress of that bomb into the site. So post-plant here for GR. They are 2 men the lesser though for this retake attempt from FlyQuest.
It does feel like it comes down to a 1v2 from either player. Wex right now starts off for the first contact. Inns takes it home. 7nation good for 1, makes it 2, but his teammates already lost too much. A reload chance given up, but it's a double stack over. They're missing movement, they're missing chances, but they won't be missing this round.
Oh my god, that gets really awkward. Yeah, they jumped on top of each other's heads, so neither of them could actually leave into the canals. That could have been disastrous had they not ID'd that so quick, and I think we got a couple chuckles out of them realizing the situation was just absurd, but a lovely attempt there from 7nation.
He didn't make it to the crowd section over there. It was a little bit harder.
There was also a trumpet guy in the tournament, so...
Ins right now peeks out, gets one. Liaz's flash is only helpful for the single kill, though. Wecht allowed to refrag and will be allowed to take over Dark if he wants to for a forward. That's what Dexter is worried about. He's throwing out in the middle to see if there's anyone else there, but turns out they're not going to be able to get any more information FlyQuest out into mid unless they reinforce it. That's what Alistair's trying to do. Comes over, moves through, Dexter gets...
They're now making their move into the site, and Vexite will just try and hold onto his position as best he can and wait for his teammates to come in for that retake.
Flashes overhead, he's got all info, could have gone for the initial peek over here, but the smoke allows Dexter to push forward. A little bit more spam damage inside on a Mediocrity as well. That'll be a punish to come through from Vexite, but Wecht now pushes through. Salo taken down, can't win the duel, and it's all down to Wecht. 1 versus 1, both Oppers, both wielding AKs. Nade in the feet of Alistair's not doing him any favors, but Vexite still has advantage of the bomb. Not completely planted in for him, he takes the duel instead. GR find their first.
Yeah, I mean, very pivotal kills there from Wecht. I mean, all 5 in that round. It is a full ace from that Opper.
GR have collected, though, and that makes things a little bit more tricky. A good flashbang to force him away could go a long way. Then there it comes. Vexite's not ready to turn around. Alistair good for one, but as he turns the corner, he'll be re-peeking out into another flashbang. He hits the shot, but doesn't get the kill. That's Vexite's job to finish off these limping, wounded soldiers running. Somehow finds 2. 1 with the Molotov, 1 with the gun, and 1 from the hands of Wecht. Brings it back to a 2 versus 2 from a 2v5. He has an ends. Pushing forward, trying to fake it out with the grenade. Inns has found the first flash overhead to find Run, and he is fully blind, but yet to reveal that he is indeed going to be looking for one more peek. Bomb tap comes forward. Inns visible, elbow sticking out, and now Liaz wants to continue planting his feet onto the bomb. It's Inns now on the defuse. Inns had no kit, still manages to stick it out.
Yeah, I mean, Liaz was baiting Inns a little bit there, but he had the ability to pick up a kit, even if Inns had somehow fallen due to a mismanagement on that peak, which Liaz doesn't let happen. There was just still a way to win that round, but I'm surprised Vexite got away with those 2 kills. A great rotate from Inns as well. Just kills through smoke, but eliminating some of those angles, given that he knew Dexter was completely pinned. Fight, and this time finally a bit of punishment delivered onto Vexite. Wecht is there to back up his boy. Oh, and that's a very dangerous fight to give over up to Deagle. Deagle comes out on top. Maybe Dexter can continue the abuse. Yeah, 7 Nations once again struggling, and Dexter will double up. Takes a dink, but he can fall off knowing that his work is done. He's found the advantage back for the squad.
Mediocrity is trying to make it a quick bomb plant onto the A side. Of course, if he gets the skill overhead, it'll go a long way. Dexter forced away by the incendiary. Mediocrity's got the frag. He can make his way out to the bomb if he moves now, but Inns will delay long enough, and Liaz is the one who Mediocrity is really worried about. The flank, and he's trying to suss it out. Inns, of course, not giving information, not in a position to peek, and Mediocrity's kill brings it back to the 1-on-1. 3 kills so far, could be more to come over. Inns trying to flank it out, but he decided against it. He wants to take the traditional routing back to Palace, back to Temple he goes. But the bomb will be planted, and it's planted perfectly. Inns trying to cover off the crossover to B main, but it will be in CT, and it's a grenade from downtown. The lack of armor coming back to bite Mediocrity.
I mean, what a bank shot there from Inns. It just bounced off the pillar right onto his position. There was a little bit of indecision about which fight to take.
Alistair's been able to hold on for so long. There's 38 seconds now on the clock, but he's missed the shot on Salo. With the position of the Opera reveal, they're wondering whether it's still worth it to go to the B bomb site. Trying to go for this split is going to be near impossible. Alistair's reposition makes it even more so. Alistair, though, starts to move back over. It's the right call for him to make. Flashes in the face of Liaz, but he's still yet to be taken down. Alistair now with the rotation, good for 1. Inns waits at the back of the bomb site. He's waited for too long. Somehow, the flying off has come out, and the Mustache Maestro will be taken down finally. Wecht and running. Somehow bring it all together in a round that felt lost.
What's been working? A main pressure. They're going to try it again.
Good nade out towards running as well. In the meanwhile, Flash is out in middle. Dexter is feeling like he's on an island. And no, I'm not talking about Australia. You're in Shanghai, Dexter. Time to peek out and take it by the arm. Let's be careful. Salah's going to have a bit of an advantage over here. Peeking forward, still loses the duel. Somehow Wecht, the only one to find a frag. And it feels like FlyQuest and their return to middle will be anything but mid.
And the connect there from Liaz was on the money. I mean, Alistar has already shown his presence out from main. Vexite is just going to go completely disregarded. As much as he was the player constantly abusing that A main fight. Thought that maybe Alistar had just taken up that mantle, but with Vexite being flushed out, it does create a gap where Mediocrity does have some map that he can still explore. Critical kill will be onto Liaz, who holds onto B main territory. Far forward, looked like he was about to lower his guard. From crouching to walking, you know, while you're worried about movement, sometimes aim can escape you, but Liaz doesn't have those problems.
And it's without a flashbang if he does choose to go for it. So Inz, who's trying to play ready for that very piece of utility, could be taken down. Now listen, Molotovs forces Inz forward. In through the smoke he goes. Always good for that one. It feels like in this RMR, but he's traded away. Position reveal for the rest of the T's as well, but there's still 3 of the FlyQuest members here ready. Liaz looks away, looks back in, takes it home. Could be more, but Mediocrity is doing it all. 3 big frags. Leaves Vexite a lonely man. FlyQuest will continue to contest. Their money will be gone, and Vexite knows it as well. He felt like it was his only option to make this a bigger half lead for them.
Able to go 1-for-1 with Inz, and by the time the FlyQuest are kind of ready to fight from the back of the bomb site, there's already some good scaling out from GR. They are so close to the action. A very important triple kill there for Mediocrity, who started the game slow, but has slowly but surely, you know, built a rapport for multi-kills in this map.
Well, 7 Nation and Mediocrity, in they go. FlyQuest and their pistols will do nothing to them. And GR, who have found many problems, and listen, even yesterday on the T side, weren't able to do too much. Should walk away with 6, should being the key word. It's back to a 2-on-3. There's an AK recoverable by Dexter. He might be segmented off by a smoke, but we know he's no stranger to pushing through those if he'd like to. A smoke to help him out, lurk forward, but his teammate has lost his life for it, and he's no far gone either. GR equalize at the turn of the half. Oh, I believe, yeah, okay. Just making sure that it's not just a very long drawn out wait. Inz is going to continue to AD strafe out, but the real threat comes in from A main, as it very often has. Salo taken down, Vexite traded away. Mediocrity's hoping to find a little bit more from that, but he can't do what Dexter did in the pistol round on the CT side. It really is going to come back down to Liaz, who's creeping through and finding 2 big frags. Leaves Alistar, the lonely man, to handle out the remaining CTs. And Alistar is playing it very nice and passive. Peeks back out over, good for 1. And Mediocrity left very lonely.
Ooh, kind of don't want to be giving these fights cleanly over to Mediocrity. I mean, FlyQuest are already spread so thin. The only player that's actually on the side itself is Dexter. I kind of hate how much he's fighting, but Liaz does eventually flank him out. I mean, a great multi-kill from Liaz. The double to break into B, secure a plant. Coming in, of course, with that full buy, given that they went that saving route, and we see the upgrade away from one of those Mac 10s as well for FlyQuest. They want some weaponry that can fight from afar. They want to feel outclassed in those duels. Wecht challenging out from the canals, but Alistar has already found an opening pick via the AWP. It's Mediocrity that will catch a Dexter exploring in through middle. But that's the kill they almost couldn't afford to give up. 7 Nation is already tagged to such low health.
It is a bit of a rock.
Instantly.
Yeah, it's a bit of a rock meets paper situation, absolutely. You try and go for a gamble, it's a 1 out of 3 chance, and it turns out you've picked wrong. Mediocrity still looking to contest. He's giving them the call, hey, if I get 1, maybe we think about it. He's been reeled back a little bit quickly.
Yeah, I don't even think that was the decision. I think it was just he wanted to get to those T stairs and save with the rest of the team, and he was getting cut off by some presence in main.
Salo's had a poor game so far. If there's ever time to try and turn it around, this would be it. but it's Running to be testing his luck, and he is indeed running forward to his demise. Vexite 1, Ins 2, and make it 3, as FlyQuest will demolish any aggression that GR had planned.
That's gonna feel like an absolute sucker punch, and it just keeps going worse and worse for GR. It felt like their big chance was in those best of ones to start off the tournament. If there was to be an upset, that you try and beat these big dogs down the stretch.
As they look to put up a show, Salamux and Running the only audience members, and they're trying to be hecklers, not just enjoyers of what is to come. They're trying to cause disruption, they're trying to cause panic, but Alistair, he's put him to fire, he's put him to task. It's Salamux to deliver, Dexter to respond, the bomb on the ground, Alistair low, cannot push forward. Salamux will be falling by the hands of Vexite instead. Now, with time ticking out, it's time to move in, time to commit. Vex hoping to do the same. Good for one, looking for the second. Around the corner he goes. Alistair spotted out, USB pulled out, Alistair low, 13 HP. Both these players a hint away from death. That hint's been taken by Alistair. 7 will be found for GR by the slimmest margins.
Yeah, I mean, information was there that Alistair was low, but not the other way around. You wouldn't have seen Alistair still holding that AWP if he had that communicated over to him. There were many ways I could have gone wrong, but Salo and Wecht able to bail them out. That's A-main steps there from FlyQuest. The nades are juicy onto Wecht and Salo, and Wecht will even get caught continuing his aggressions towards B.
Yeah, he doesn't feel too good about that at all. Now comes out the aggression on A. We've seen this play out before, and unfortunately it's never gone well for GR. It's a flashman to return, but they're ready for it. Turning in for a second, but it's Vexite to collect. Double kill found in GR. Lias might be able to find them. Running top, just not ready for this one. Yes, it is. I'm lying through my teeth.
Well, I don't think he was ready, but he reacted.
He's ready in his heart.
Yeah, he definitely reacted quick.
I think you might still see them hunted down. That Molotov is going to be finishing up, and it's funneling them back towards Dexter. Dexter can't get the kill. Salo saves, and GR will do the same. Now, if GR had not had those MP9s out in A-main, that could have been a completely different round, but that's just the problem with the CT side, isn't it?
Over-scrutinized for, you know, not being on the right side of the map all the time, but Seven Nation has had a lot of fights that have ended up going the way of FlyQuest. You know, it's hard to not see it as him being targeted as a newer member on the roster. Running able to deal with some early pressure over towards B, but intentions are pretty clear here for FlyQuest. They're even venturing the smoke through dark.
Nice adjustment. Ins all alone. All about that damage. Bank shots for days. Ins. Basketball, Counter-Strike. What can this man not do? Not feeling worried about middle, so at the very least, worst case scenario, you get some 1v1s out. Ins might have thread the needle, though. They feel like Dark had been called clear. Seven Nation has gone a little bit too deep to be able to contest his bomb plant, should Ins be able to commit to it. And with the time actually not on his side, it feels like more of an advantage because he needs to commit to the bomb plant faster. A backside plant would help him set up for a tempo play, but instead he goes for something a little bit more standard. Repositioning out is going to be Seven Nation. He's going back towards Canals, pushing in from there. Ins is ready for the speak, goes forward, takes a duel, takes the head. He's looking for more. He might find it. This would be a nail in the coffin with Wecht being low. Ins is ready. 12 is found and the ace from Ins. He can do it all.
I can't believe he has read that so well. Crosshair placement on point. An ace clutch. After a spree of form from Ins where other players have stepped up in his shadow, we are reminded a dire beginning, but a glorious end to that round. And it may be head in hands here for GR. Wecht will at least get a nice opening attempt. Vexite down. But Alistair's looking for a response. Quick through those canals, a smoke that will interrupt his path. This, I think, will massively deviate the plans of the Aussies. I mean, Bomb is outside of those T steps. They wanted to be given a duel and then make a decision from there. But they're doubled in guard. Alistair, a miss, and In suffers for it. Running, able to get a double kill. And this time it will be Liaz tasked with a high number situation. It would have to be a back-to-back ace clutch. This one's not looking too likely. Salo will put an end to it. FlyQuest may find themselves on match and series points, but GR still have some...
No, actually, no. It's just a couple of Tech 9s. I'm surprised they're even investing this much with how low their loss bonus is, but a bomb plant would obviously compensate. Is it back to targeting 7 Nation? It feels like it might be. Dexter still threatening in middle, hoping that GR won't find out, but Mediocrity's got one. Positioning backwards is a Molotov down, smoked off, 7 Nation taken down. There's that target on his back, and it's looking nice and large. Mediocrity missing shots, but now compensates only so shortly so. Vexite will trade, and it's back to a 3-on-3 with AKs recovered. Things are going a little bit sour right now for the Russian side. Wecht hopes to aggress first, and that too with a pistol. The man is insane. And maybe not in a good way. Nades out the CTs, looking to push forward. Wecht good for one. Salah trades out, running, and it's all Vexite all alone. Not been the star man for the game, but maybe he can be for the round. Clutches galore. FlyQuest has won so many of them. Wecht already low, and Vexite will put him down. It's on an eco, no less, that they close it all out.
I mean, it's a fantastic set of kills, a nice quick call, but FlyQuest put an end to GR's campaign here in the Asia RMR for Shanghai.